That's right. We're back. It's episode 13, and you're at the Reply All podcast. It's James here with Julius, Liv, and Sophia. And what I have to say to you is Ni hao ma. That's hello in Chinese, Mandarin. Julius, Ni hao ma.
Hi, Amo, hoe gaat het?
Oh my gosh.
Hi. Hi, Liv.
That's hello, how are
Ciao, benvenuto al podcast. Hi, welcome to the podcast.
And Savage, Sophia.
Konnichiwa, watashi wa Sophia desu.
Scrubbing up on your Japanese.
I love it.
I
Grade
love it.
9 Jap coming in.
There you go. And everyone listening, it's a big, massive hello to you. We're so glad you're back. We're at Ep 13 and you're back with the OG crew. And we've got a great chat for you today. A couple of fun segments and a really good question in from the people.
Mm-hmm.
But guys, before we go any further, I've got a quick one for you.
I'm ready.
Are you ready?
I'm so ready.
Sophia, I'm so glad you're ready because Julius is losing it.
It's all good.
Sorry, guys.
Yes, I may have stuffed up, but they won't hear that because I'll edit it out.
It's going to be the best.
The joys of post-production. Hey, Liv,
Sophia.
Sophia, and Julius. This is a massive one. It came to me in the car and I wrote it down.
I'm so ready.
This is straight out of my mind. But how long is soon, in a minute, in a little while,
in a minute.
and give me a minute?
Sentimental.
Men or woman.
Oh, yeah.
But I've got people in my life, and who is notoriously bad at this for you in your life, but they're like, hey, I'll be there in a minute.
Me?
I'll be there soon. Hey, can you just give me a minute? I feel like I'm that guy to my children. I'm like, yes, I'll be there in 2 minutes. 13, 14 minutes later, I'm still not there. Dad, are you coming? Who is notoriously bad at it, and how long is it? What do they say? Who's got one? Soon, in a minute.
Oh, yeah. Definitely Caleb Munns. He's
Oh,
my-
one of the youth leaders,
Oh.
Muncie.
Yeah.
Name and shame.
Yeah, anytime he says soon, it's just...
It's not soon.
Probably like
soon.
2 hours, yeah.
Wow, I love that. Muncie. Sophia, have you got anyone? Growing up, any memories?
I feel like I just do it to people. I feel
Okay.
like everyone's really punctual and I'm talking to them.
And what's your go-to? If they're like, hey, Sophia, can I tell you something? Or can I ask you a question? Are you like, in a minute? Or are you
I'm like, oh yeah, I'll call you back in a sec.
call
But
you
it's
back
like,
in a sec?
Yeah,
second
that's
is
so
like, give me 3 to 4 business days and I'll
Okay.
come back to you.
Oh no.
Oh, man.
Oh no.
That's crazy. I love that.
Yeah.
You're one of those guys.
I'm one of
girls.
those guys. I'm one of those gals.
And Liv,
So
you got
true.
anyone? Growing up, any memories?
It's actually Julius. It's like,
I was about to name Jew as well.
it's like, oh, I'm like on the next street. Don't worry.
Hasn't left home yet.
Yeah.
There was this one
Still-
time Liv asked, oh, are you coming to church today? And I was like, yeah, I'm coming in. And
I'll see you soon.
I'll see you
2
soon.
hours later, he arrived at church. And I
It's
had
so
left
bad.
church at that point.
That is a classic Julius move, and he's done that for me, and he's been late for his start time on a shift or a day that I needed him here for a thing. He's like, yeah, I'll be there soon. I'm on my way.
Five
so
minutes
mad.
away.
On my way from Alex Headlands
Two calls
from where
later
I've been
from James.
surfing. But I bet you out there, we've got some young people listening, and they're like, man, that's my dad through and through.
They're
That's my
probably
mum.
relating.
Yeah, I need a minute. Give me a minute. I'll be there soon. And then they forget.
Just give me a minute, James.
Yeah, classic. I love it. It's always those people. I love it. And I want to hear from you. Who are those people in your life? Who are those people that are always like, in a minute, or soon I'll be there, or can
Just
you
give
give
me
me
a
5
sec.
minutes? Yeah. For me, it's my kids at a bedtime story. It's like, all right, well, I want you to lie still, calm your body down, and then I'll come and read you a story. Give me 2 minutes. It's literally like 10 or 15 minutes. I would have found some TikTok reel, or I'm in a hole, and it goes on and on. But there's always those people. What a great segment to start with, but not as good as this. That's right. We are at that time of the podcast. And what do we do here, Sophia?
We answer the people's questions.
Come on. And we got a question today.
We do.
We do.
Straight from the people, actually. This is a great question and something that we can all really take and apply to our lives. And our question today is, how can I show my Christianity, show my faith, and to my friends while not being really over the top about it?
Yeah, it's huge.
It's a massive question.
That's coming from the kids. This
Yeah.
week I've found so many scenarios where there's been kids that haven't wanted to say that they're coming to youth camp because we were on the build up for youth camp again and again. You can get your tickets and make sure you do. But we've also got awesome youth nights coming up every Friday. And I'm always going, hey, see you at youth. And they're like, oh, yeah, maybe. And they're with their friends, to which they turn up on their own without their friends. They just didn't want them knowing. And I think it's because they don't want to be over the top and they find it a bit hard. I think one of the questions that came in around this question, which is why we're answering it, is we don't want to be Bible bashing our friends. So what are some keys? And I guess why we have this is because I want you guys who are a couple of years ahead of these kids, and I want you answering the question about what has helped you in your faith, in your journey of faith through high school. Invite your friends along, or even just share your faith from time to time with your friends. Who's going to start us off?
Yeah.
Oh,
Liv.
Ju.
Okay.
Julius, it's you, bro.
Yeah, I think for me, when I finished school,
Come on.
and I didn't really know, I guess, how to talk to people who are outside of my bubble, or
Yeah, right.
I joined the army straight away after school, and yeah, it was a huge thing for me being in this culture where I was like, oh, everyone here isn't actually a Christian or doesn't really know what Jesus did or any of that, and I was
Totally.
like, how can I live? How can I show my light? You speak about it in school or you hear it. How can I show my light? And it was a huge thing for me to be like, this is how I want to show my light. And for me, it took me a while to get it right. It wasn't always perfect, but I guess the easiest way I found it was it was through my actions. It was definitely
I love that.
yeah, through just I don't know, giving my snacks away or just doing something to help someone else. That was the way I was like, oh, this is how I'll start this conversation. And a lot of them would be like, oh, why would you do that? Or why would you do help me with this? And I'd be like, oh, I actually just want to and I find that so much easier than trying to force a conversation or hey, do you know who Jesus is? But not saying that that's not a good question to ask.
I love that. Countercultural comes to mind. You were doing things that were counter to the culture that was and the norm that probably was around the barracks and around camp when you were out bush and all those things, where it would be keep as much snacks and rations to yourself as you can because you don't know how much you're going to have for the next couple of weeks. And that may be a practical way for you to share just your generosity and the love of God, and you know that He's your provider, and you can just share that with people who are maybe in need. I love that so much. I think it's let your light shine before man so that all may see His good works. It's in the Gospels and it's the scripture that pops to mind, and it's living and breathing example of, I think sharing your faith in a real practical way. I love it, and I think I have said it before, and you may have heard it, but there was a quote that says, preach the Gospels at all times, which is the good news of Jesus Christ. Preach it at all times, but when necessary, use words. So through our actions is preaching the gospel, not having to actually use words. And it may lead to an open door, an opportunity to say, hey, I just know that Jesus is looking after me and taking care of me, and you can have that too.
Absolutely.
I love it, Ju. Liv.
I was going to say something very similar to Ju in that, because if you're acting out of if you're just living your life with generosity and love and joy, people are going to question it and be like, why are they acting that way? Life sucks. I can't believe this. And that'll, open the avenue for questions and having the relationship with your friends where they feel comfortable to come to you about God. And it's not you're looking down on them for not really knowing, not being sure about their Christianity yet. I think is really, really important, because if you're kind of always on them and making them kind of feel bad about being sure, then they won't get that genuine curiosity and want to come to you. And I know I came to Northside in grade 9, and I came from a school that wasn't super Christian, and I remember coming to Northside and being surrounded by a really great group of girls that brought me to youth. And I was like, why is everyone singing? This is so weird. People are actually singing in worship. And I was looking around and everyone's closing their eyes, and I was like, what is happening? This is so weird. And maybe even just that one step of inviting them to youth and them seeing that the youth culture and be wow, I could be included in this. Possibly, I don't know.
That's great. That's 100% awesome. And I think what comes to my mind is that I want to remind the young people out there listening, maybe they're not as young as some of the youth, but you are listening to this podcast. And I feel like I want to remind you that it's not your job to save the people of this world. That's Jesus's job by the power of the Holy Spirit. He's good for His word, and He will do it. Our job as Christians is to provide that avenue to invite people along to experience that which you've experienced as well. And that's exactly what you're saying, Liv. And I love it so much. God will do the saving. Yes. He did it once and for all. It's free and accessible to all who believe. And He'll do that work, but maybe He just wants to use us as His Christians, as the light in our world to show people the way, show people to the Father, shepherd the flock to the truth, the way, the life.
Yeah.
Sophia.
You guys have taken pretty much all the stuff that I was going to say, but I'll just back onto everything and just like affirm the stuff that you guys have said because I think it's so much value in it. Like you have to be living your life. And I think that having your foundations and just be confident in like your actions, even if it might be countercultural, even if like you might not, I don't know, it's something that you're nervous about sharing, just like have the confidence in your faith and keep living out that life for yourself because it will stir up questions and people will see your actions and making that, it's not a one-time thing. Like it's going to be an everyday choice that you're going to have to make. It's going to be an every week choice where you might ask your friends to youth and they might say no, but maybe 4 weeks from now, maybe 6 times that you've asked from now, it'll be a yes. Like don't be discouraged by the first no because sometimes it takes more than one time. So just keep on being persistent in, you know, asking. And it's not a really harsh thing. It's just a gentle, like loving question that you can just say like, oh, hey, I'm going to youth tonight and I absolutely love it. Would you like to come with me? It would be so fun to have you come along and maybe make it a whole afternoon. Do you want to come home with me? I'll take you there and we can drop you home. Like
hang out.
You can definitely make it into something that's just chill. It doesn't have to be a really big daunting thing. And once you get here, you're just like we were just talking about, you're just one part of the works. Like the whole work is not dependent on you and you're not going to be a failure. You're not going to be anything less or more by getting that person to youth, but you know, just you're one part of the wheel. So they're going to get here, they're going to connect them with other people, they're going to connect them with leaders and they're going to connect them with the Lord. And through all of that, there will be a relationship that grows and develops and everyone is on their own journey. So while you're at one point, your friends may be at somewhere else and that is totally okay as well.
Exactly.
Just keep on doing you and going for that.
100%. Your invitation may be the 5th or 6th invitation that they've got that might be the one that gets them over the line.
Yeah.
I think that that's just how God works, as he uses all of us in such a unique way that if we just stay tuned to what he's doing and those little promptings in our heart that we feel that may be the Lord, if we just act on those promptings, it may be that one thing that gets that person over the line that may their mum and their auntie, maybe their grandma, maybe 3 other friends have already maybe hinted at the value of youth or the value of a connect group or a friendship group. So definitely don't downplay some of those promptings in your heart because that's the Holy Spirit wanting to use you. And I also want to touch on another thing you said that in the book of Romans chapter 12 verse 1, it says, therefore, I urge you, brothers and sisters, in view of God's mercy, to offer your bodies as a living sacrifice, holy and pleasing to God. This is your true and proper worship. I've been really meditating on this for now a number of weeks, and a living sacrifice, right? A sacrifice that's going to be slain is sort of the terminology which they're using. But I think a living sacrifice is one that doesn't step off the coals when the going gets tough and it gets hot, right? So I think as we want to continue to worship God and follow him, I think for us as Christians, that's the youth of today, that's us as young adults, I think we need to continue to understand the mercy that God shows us, and in view of that, continually offer our bodies as a living sacrifice, holy and pleasing to God, as we worship him in true and proper worship, which means actually it's going to be a little bit hard to say that you go to youth when there's a few other people in your friendship group that don't go to youth. And it's not for you to maybe drop your guard or lie that you don't go to youth, or maybe you're not a Christian because that's not cool in your friendship group. But he will sustain you. He will continue to help you as you keep living for him. And that's worship to God as we as Christians offer our bodies as living sacrifices. I know that this would have helped a number of people out there because I know how many people out there who are listening to this, who go to Nexus Youth, are really having trouble with wanting to share their faith and what God's done for them with their friends.
Connecting the two worlds together.
Yeah. So we're here to encourage you, to show you and tell you what's actually worked for each of us. And we want to encourage you to say, keep going, keep doing it, keep shining your light. It's amazing. But guess what? Before we go, we do have a quick one for you, and you 3 don't know what's coming up.
This segment always scares me because I never know what's going to come out of your mouth.
You are going to have 5 seconds to name 3 things.
Oh, no.
I'm so bad
Okay.
at this game.
And I've got some sound effects here. I hope they're going to work. That's yes. That's no. You
Okay.
probably can't hear them too well because they're all in the same sound panel. But I'm going to give you a topic, a category, and a letter. And then you've got to name 3 things within 5 seconds. Okay?
I'm so ready.
Are you doing all of us together?
I'm
At the
doing
same
one
time?
at a time.
Oh, okay.
Oh, no.
Okay? And they'll be different categories.
Okay.
I'm going to totally make them up.
I'm ready, but I'm like not ready.
Sophia, you're going to go first.
Yeah, good.
Yeah, she is.
So you're going to do your category as Woolworths.
Okay.
Okay? You have to name me 3 things from Woolworths, starting with a letter that I'm going to tell you.
Oh, no.
Okay?
Yeah.
I'm going to go 5, 4, 3, like that, while you're talking.
Oh, no.
I hate
And
that.
Liv and Julius are going to be making sure that you say the right things. All right? So you've got to say 3 things.
There's wrong things
Here
to
we go.
say.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
The pressure.
It's so much.
The pressure. Sophia, I want you to name me 3 things in 5 seconds that are from Woolworths, starting with the letter C. 5,
Cabbage,
4,
cat food,
3,
and cows,
2.
milk.
Cows, milk.
Do we allow it? Do we allow
There was
it?
Yeah.
two, yeah.
Oh,
there was
well
such
done.
a pause. Cows, milk.
For a second, I thought I would go
Chocolate.
after
The
5,
first thing
4, 3,
was
2, 1.
chocolate, and I was like, chocolate,
or carrot.
chocolate, bullets.
Okay, well, I said cabbage, cat food, and cow's milk.
You've
That
done
was
really
so good.
well.
You did
Guess what,
great.
Liv?
Oh,
Your
thank you.
turn.
Okay,
Just because I was looking at you.
okay,
Your things are going to be beach and ocean related.
okay,
Above and below the sea.
okay.
All right?
right.
C as in SEA. That's not your letter.
Yeah.
So you've got to name me 3 things that are ocean and beach related.
Mm-hmm.
Starting with the letter S. 5,
Sand,
4,
surfboard,
3, 2.
seagull.
Wow.
Oh, boy.
I almost said Sophia.
That was too easy.
At the beach.
Oh, man. Okay.
Yeah, Jew.
Let's go.
Jewish. You'll go.
I hope he doesn't get it.
I'm going to...
I hope he
Wow.
fails miserably.
Yours is sporting related.
Oh, of
Of course.
course.
All right?
Yep.
This is too easy for him.
No, what about the letter? Could be Z.
X.
Yeah. You're going to have 3 things that are sporting related to name in 5 seconds. Let me just think of a letter. Starting with the
no.
letter P. 5, 4, 3,
I got nothing, guys.
2,
Polo.
1.
Yeah.
Polo, paddles, pool. I don't
You'd
know.
already
Come
thought of
on,
it.
Jew.
Hey, guess what?
I
You
wish
can
came
give
true.
me a go.
Yeah, good.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
I'm ready. This is off the cuff. We've
All right.
got,
Oh.
we got time. We've got 2 minutes. We're sweet.
Okay.
So, you guys need to sort out who's got a category. Category?
I've got a letter.
You've got a letter?
Oh, but
Wait,
It
letter
depends
should
on
be
the
on
category. Yeah.
Okay.
You in the car. I want you to
think
play
have-
along.
I think
All
I
right.
have a category. Like party food.
Oh, party
Oh,
food.
party food,
Wow.
starting-
Hang on. Are we going to go party food or party? No, we go party food. You
What do
named
we
it.
could do
Wait.
party.
We could do party.
Okay, party. Party theme thing.
I do
Party
love a good
Party
party.
things.
Party anything.
Okay, party things.
Starting with the letter
D.
Dance
5,
floor,
4,
disco,
3.
Dagwood
2.
dogs.
Well, yeah.
That was good.
It's all about slowing the heart rate down. Hang on, I've got this.
I was literally so confused with 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I thought I had to go after the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And I was like, oh no, I gotta go.
That's a good game. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Oldie but a goodie
Yeah,
for me. I've
it's
played that a
good
few
one.
times.
So good,
Hey, everybody out there, I'm so glad that you've been listening with us and you've been enjoying the podcast. It's episode 13 and we're here this far. And you know what our heart is? Our heart's to reply to all the questions that you have. We have our Nexus Youth Camp coming up and I'm going to do a shameless plug, but again and again, Youth Camp.
Be there.
We want you there. If you're in high school, I want you to be there. Come along. It's going to be a good time. And it's April 14 to 16 and the tickets, they will be off sale this Sunday.
No, next Sunday.
Next
the
Sunday.
26th.
Next Sunday.
Wow, we've got a whole nother week
We've
and a
got a
bit.
whole week.
All right, so 26 is when we close the tickets,
So
but
make
we
sure
want you
you're
there.
registered before then.
Make
It's
sure
gonna be
you're
the best.
registered.
We're going to be at the beach. There's going to be tri-wars, and we all
There's
know
going to be Holy
the Mighty
Spirit
Ducks are going to
encounters.
win.
No,
Oh,
no.
yeah.
I'm going to back Jewish.
Yeah,
They
yeah,
need all the help they can get. Avatars.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, fresh food people or the red eshays.
With plenty of
the
worship
reshays.
and encounters, and your
Absolutely.
crew hangs as well.
It's going to be amazing. But for today, for episode 13, it's a goodbye from all of us. Julius, thanks for coming on again.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Olivia, thank
you're
you.
so welcome.
Wow, Sophia.
Ciao.
Wow. And you know what? Say good day to your mum for me. Bye.
Share, boy.